Law. I was reading this You and the Law. They have a word called impeach to charge a public official before a legally constituted tribunal with crime in office. To discredit or question the veracity of a witness. To challenge the authenticity or accuracy of a document, decree, judgment, or something of a similar nature. Now, I found it interesting that you can impeach a document as to the authenticity or accuracy of a document, decree, or judgment of similar nature. Now, let's say I go to court because it's going to happen. I'm probably going to have to appear in some court appearance, though, as the victim, I won't have to appear in probably 99% of them, but there'll be a few court hearings where I'll actually have to take the stand. Those bigger ones where somebody would say, well, Mr. Budnick, why don't you read the protection order so that those that are in the jury could hear from your own words? I would say that if it were possible, I would impeach this court order. Now, the commissioner issued it. It wasn't issued according to the regulations and the court procedures and statutes of Washington State. It doesn't have a signature. There's forgeries on it. Somebody couldn't write where it was supposed to be filled out. I was not given actual notice and opportunity to be heard. Though it says I was in some of the other pages, the truth is I wasn't. It was served in a public library where all the patrons had to witness it. It was used to arrest me numerous times under false arrest and false imprisonment. Pooch! It was used to compel me to go to court when I shouldn't have had to go to court. And then it was used to justify a bench warrant where I wasn't given the legal number of judicial days to respond to a subpoena, summons, or notice. Now, let's say I could impeach a court order. It might add something to the strength of being able to impeach every Supreme Court justice in every state that has any knowledge that my constitutional rights are being violated, rights that are guaranteed. Now, I've included in my emails one of the pages that explains the Violence Against Women's Act, that the due process rights of the respondent have to be protected, and notice and opportunity has to be given before a court order can be issued. Now, I'm going to need some attorneys to research exactly how do you impeach a document, a decree, a judgment, or something of a similar nature. Now, I've emailed this document, ri.pdf, to hundreds of thousands of email addresses, probably more than 10,000 different email addresses. And still, I haven't gotten any emails about where are my sons. Now, I would need to know, okay, how do you impeach a document? Now, it would seem that if you could impeach somebody that's been in office, that is in office, it requires a special type of legally constituted tribunal with crime in office. Now, let's say you're a judge, a local judge. You were elected to office, and instead of removing the document that clearly violates numerous laws of the United States, you decided you're not going to do anything. Well, I'm involved in your personal lives, and I'm involved in your estates in the event of your death. Now, in the same way, if it requires a legally constituted tribunal, do you have to have a legally constituted tribunal to impeach a document? A document that violates, well, Amendment number 5 and Amendment number 14 of the Bill of Rights. That has been used to violate all 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights. That has been used to violate 12, 11, 12. Hang on just a second here. Now, 11, I know I got a copy of the Constitution here. Just a second here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Hang on, ladder amendments. Okay. 17, 16, 15. Excuse me. I know it. I know my personal life, I've had the experience of violating all 10. 11. Judicial powers of the United States shall not be construed to extend any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecute any one of the United States citizens or citizens of any fourth state. Well, if you impeach a document, would that actually enforce the judicial power of the United States shall not be to extend to any suit of law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States? You know, it probably could. Now, when you look at Amendment number 11, impeaching a document instead of voiding the process, which is what should have happened, does probably constitute grounds for the impeachment of every Supreme Court justice in every state that has any knowledge that this document is violating my guaranteed rights. Now, I'm going to want to know how to impeach a document so as to give me the justification of impeaching every Supreme Court justice in the United States.